Hey, Jules Blessed Vegan, and welcome today, wait for it, 69 of our 100-day countdown to the best version of ourselves in the new year. I like that we're counting backwards because I kind of think it's symbolic of a vegan, plant-based diet and how you can reverse things, right? You can reverse different health problems. You can even reverse aging to some extent. Not that I'm saying that my hotness is looking younger, but I'm feeling younger. And that's a blessing, right? I love it. So anyway, you may have noticed that this video is called Denial Ain't a River in Egypt. And that just cracks me up because that's straight out of my 12-step programs. Every time I'm like, trying to pull something, they're like, really, Juliana? Denial ain't a river in Egypt? Like, okay, you got me. So the reason that it even came to mind is I was actually in a very popular fast food hamburger restaurant, if you will, and obviously getting stuff for someone else. And while I was there, I'm sitting there and I noticed that they're having an amazing campaign to help stop addiction or to help the addicted, which is a seriously worthy cause. I get it. So the workers had on buttons, they had buckets for money, they had posters in the window, and the posters had staggering statistics. I mean, it said things like 88,000 alcoholics will die this year alone, that every 8 minutes an addict dies, that 46% of our high schoolers have tried addictive substances. And it was just like, wow, 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 all the way. So while I'm sitting there, I'm watching them produce hand over fist dead meat on a bun in the form of a hamburger, what used to be potatoes and now are just a fried disaster with salt in the form of French fries. And then, of course, seriously sugar-laden dairy shakes. And I can't even count the number that was being produced by the minute. It was just amazing to watch these people work, let alone the people in line. Not most of them buying a single, what would be considered a Happy Meal at another place, but 2 or 3 of like each thing. And then I was thinking they had this thing called an animal style 4x4. I mean, add insult to injury, animal style, really? And it was 4 patties with 4 things of cheese, and I guess however you sugar fry onions, I can't even think, but the onions on them, whatever. It's a pound of beef and a whole bunch of more nonsense. So I was like, people, are you really concerned about addiction? Because if you were, you would probably start with the food that you're serving. And I was also thinking, I know what obesity is in our country and around the world right now, and that a lot of those people are going to die from their food addiction and the toxicity of food way before they die from any of the pills. But that said, I thought when I get home, I'm going to check some of it out. So this is like a major title on a informational journal, I guess. And it says, obesity now kills more people worldwide than car crashes, terror attacks, and Alzheimer's combined. And that's worldwide. And we know what a huge deal those things are. And then I was looking at another one right here, and it said, people who have obesity compared to those with normal or healthy weight are at an increased risk for many of these serious diseases and health conditions. And this was just a limited part of it. So it says, all causes of death. So a lot of those, when you look down deep, it's obesity related. High blood pressure, like hypertension. High LDL, which is the bad cholesterol. And low HDL, which is the good cholesterol. And I was saying that when I got my numbers done. That my HDL had fallen significantly in the last few years. And even now, it's only up to 55. I know it'll continue to go up, but that's really important. Type 2 diabetes, coronary heart disease, stroke, gallbladder disease, osteoarthritis, sleep apnea, and sleep disorders, some cancers, and in particular endometrial, which of course is the female, breast, which is female, and we know those are dairy related, colon, kidney, gallbladder, liver, and low quality of life in general, of course, mental illnesses such as clinical depression, anxiety, and other mental diseases, and then just general body pain and an inability to function physically, certainly at our peak, right? So that's just some. And then it went on in another one that I pulled up to say that our children are doubling these problems at twice the rate of adults, which is why this generation may not see the numbers of longevity that even their parents are seeing. And it reminded me of that little girl, and my little 8-year-old, who came up so scared and said, Miss McCants, I have type 2 diabetes and high cholesterol. She's not even my heaviest. I have kids who are 140 pounds at 8 years old, and most of them in the 90 pounds. And I was thinking, I know I was skinny as a little kid, but I remember weighing about 52 in 3rd grade, I'm pretty sure. So anyway, that's where that came from. I was like, people, we're in denial. Yeah, addiction from substances is real, but people have to eat every day. And in eating every day, unless we get out of denial and continue to go in a direction that's life-giving, we're in trouble. So that's my happy thought of the day. I wish I had a better message. I guess I could just rejoice that we found the answer through plant-based eating. That's worth rejoicing in. So let me know your thoughts below. If you like this video, push like. I know that's the game, but we're trying to build a community here. There's probably so many communities out there. There may not be room for this one, but I'm really here for myself. I know that's selfish, but I'm trying to do these 100 days, whether people show up or not, and I'll see how it goes from there. So peace be with you, and until we talk again, be blessed.